Hey, what's happening, guys? It's Tyler from Nintendo News Network, and today we're going to be talking about all these different rumors and little bits of information that have come out recently regarding the future of Nintendo's next home console, the NX. Here we go. First, let's get this out of the way. There were 4 patents that were filed that either were officially filed by Nintendo or by other people that are allegedly related to Nintendo themselves. The first patent was found on August 21st, 2015, and it involves a video game system without an optical media drive. Instead, you have an internal hard drive that runs most of the game's programs, and you also have a memory card that can run basic programming for games as well. The patent then goes on to describe a system where the hard drive can communicate with the internet through a wireless communications unit that can then download or update or do other system-related things for the games being played. Additionally, it describes a controller with a display screen as well as something called speed control processing. The basic ideas seen within the first patent is that this system will not have a disk drive, will have a controller with a display screen, and the system also will be able to control the speed of the processing itself. The second patent was found on September 17th, 2015, and it involves a controller with a screen and clickable rotary left and right shoulder buttons. Now, rotary shoulder buttons, if done correctly, is actually a fantastic idea, but the controller still having a screen and it having a screen within all of the patents seen within the last couple of months either mean that the next system will still have the screen on the controller, or it might be an option to be able to have backwards compatibility with the current Wii U games. Now, the third and fourth patents were not specifically stated to have anything to do with Nintendo. Instead, the third patent, which was also found on September 17th, 2015, is connected to a person by the name of Kazutashi Obana. A person with the name of Kazutashi Obana has a LinkedIn profile stating that he is actually a Nintendo Group chief, and most of the inventors listed on this patent also work for Nintendo themselves. The first patent talks about a controller with a screen with dual vibration sensors for haptic-based information processing. Surprisingly, something like this has not been done before in a mainstream video game controller, and the patent then goes on to explain how there would be the ability to control the vibrations on the device itself. However, the diagrams seen on the patents do not show any kind of face buttons on the controller itself, but this actually could be used for a tablet-like device. Now, the last patent and the most interesting patent that was found on September 19th, 2015 is once again not officially linked to Nintendo. Instead, the patent application inventor is a man by the name of Fumihiko Unoi, but he has actually shown up on many different Nintendo official patents in the past. But what is actually shown off here is a game controller, or maybe a game handheld, that has its own screen, but actually has 4-way image sensors on the top, bottom, and sides of the controllers. These image sensors are multi-operational, but some examples of their applications include being able to touch the sides of the controller to control different things on the screen, and also being able to scan different toys. And one of the figures actually shows off what looks to be the ability to scan something that looks just like an amiibo. But after these patents were found, a company by the name of Spike Chunsoft, the gaming company responsible for the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon series, stated that they are actually very interested in developing for the NX platform. The direct quote is, "For hardware, we'll focus on the PlayStation 4, after Nintendo's new platform, the NX. I would also like to start fully working on Steam." So this does not mean that Chunsoft is going to be an official Nintendo exclusive developer, but it does mean that they have a lot of interest in developing for the NX and possibly already have ideas for what they can do. On October 16th, 2015, the Wall Street Journal reported that Nintendo actually began distributing the software kit for the NX. Just keep in mind that this is the software used to develop games that will later be played on the hardware. This does not mean that Nintendo is distributing out developer consoles, but instead the software development kit. The Wall Street Journal did report that people familiar with the development plans said Nintendo would likely include both a console and at least one mobile unit that can either be used in conjunction with the console or taken on the road for separate use. They also stated that Nintendo would aim to put industry-leading chips into the NX devices after criticisms that the Wii U's capabilities did not match that of the competitors. Keep in mind, almost at the exact same time that the software kits were being distributed, Nintendo opened up the Nintendo Developer Portal, which is a website for indie developers to be able to get their games onto Nintendo hardware. And on the Developer Portal, they talk about a new system called the NDI. Now, NDI stands for the Nintendo Dev dev interface, and it actually makes development for Nintendo consoles much easier. So whether or not this NDI client is the software development kit for the NX that the Wall Street Journal is reporting is being distributed is unknown, but this happening so close together is a very odd coincidence, and it probably is the same thing. Now, a little bit later on the same day, on the website nintendoforums.com, one of the staff members of this website reported that the NX will have incredibly powerful hardware, as they were able to talk to a few of the developers that were able to get a hold of the software development kits. And after chatting with some of the major developers, they said that the NX would have very impressive hardware, and that the sheer processing capabilities of that hardware, which aren't completely finalized, are going to be incredibly powerful, and quite possibly faster than whatever Sony or Microsoft have in store. Specifically, they talk about one software demo included in the kit that does so much it's currently impossible to run at 60 frames per second using a current generation Intel CPU and a nearly top-of-the-line graphics card. If they want the NX to compete with the current generation of video game hardware, not only will they have to be able to create the most powerful system available, they will also have to make it cheaper. And if that's what they're going to do, they will have to sell the NX at a loss. And if Nintendo knowingly goes into selling the NX at a loss, they know that they have to bank on their software. And if that's their game plan, they definitely have some software that we all want that they know will sell. So without speculating on specifically what software they might have in development, keep in mind, if they're going to sell incredibly powerful hardware at an industry-leading low price, they definitely are going to have some games that we all definitely want to play. It seems like Nintendo really seems to know what they're doing at this point, and they're pretty much just stalling with the remainder of the Wii U system titles. At this point, since the software development kits have been distributed, and there already is a lot of reports coming in regarding the kits themselves, without getting into too much specifics without breaking any NDAs, it seems like this system will be launching next Christmas. So you should get excited and look forward to whatever Nintendo has in store in the future. But anyways, that was all the information, rumors, patents, and all the other stuff that's been out on the internet regarding the NX. If you're excited for the NX as much as I am, hit the like button, but if you're not, feel free to hit the dislike button. If you have any other complaints or compliments for me, leave them down in the comment section below, and if you want to support these videos, check out my Patreon page, link is down in the description. So thanks for watching, guys. As you know, I'm Tyler McVicker. This is Nintendo News Network. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Adios.